Imagine being in a small village, nestled among mountains in Honduras, when, all of a sudden, the sky darkens. A storm gathers in an instant, heavy rain begins to fall, and then something impossible happens. Fish, hundreds of them, plummet from the sky alongside the raindrops. This isn't science fiction. It isn't a myth. It's a documented phenomenon that's been occurring for more than a century in the town of Lloro, Honduras. To scientists, it's a baffling puzzle. To the locals, it's a divine blessing that recurs each year between May and July, passed down through generations. What makes this phenomenon even more perplexing? Lloro lies over 200 kilometers from the nearest ocean, but that's only the surface of what we've uncovered. What comes next challenges everything we thought we knew about this one-of-a-kind meteorological event. The earliest documented accounts of fish raining down in Lloro date back to the mid-1850s, when Spanish missionaries were stunned to witness it. Over the next 170 years, the phenomenon continued to occur with surprising regularity. What makes this phenomenon so fascinating isn't just its predictability, but the fact that it always happens in the same limited geographic area. Fish don't fall all over Honduras, only within this roughly 5 square kilometer region. Although rare, animal rains have been recorded throughout history in various parts of the world. Frogs in Serbia, bats in Australia, even a rain of spiders in Brazil in 2013. But what sets Lloro apart is the predictability and frequency of the event. An even stranger detail, the fish that fall are almost all the same size, around 10 to 15 centimeters, and the same species. Scientific analyses have identified them as chiefly freshwater sardines, locally known as Sardina plateda. Few realize there's a side of this phenomenon that remained hidden for decades. The traditionally accepted scientific explanation for phenomena like this involves waterspouts. These violent whirlwinds can suck up small animals, fish and amphibians, from lakes and rivers, carry them for miles, then dump them when they lose strength. This theory seemed plausible until researchers began scrutinizing Lloro's specific circumstances. The problem with the waterspout theory is that there aren't bodies of water nearby large enough to support such a fish population. The closest river doesn't contain that many fish, and the only lake with this species lies more than 30 kilometers away. In 1998, National Geographic sent a team to investigate. They discovered something intriguing. The fish recovered after the rain didn't appear to have fallen from great heights. When a fish drops from hundreds of meters, you'd expect to find significant damage. Scales torn off, eyes ruptured, internal organs bruised. Yet the specimens we examined were virtually unscathed. As researchers delved deeper, they uncovered something no one anticipated. The Lloro region harbors a fascinating geological feature: an extensive system of subterranean rivers and lakes, a karst system of caves and tunnels carved into limestone over millennia. Our hypothesis is that an isolated population of fish lives in underground chambers connected to broader waterways. During heavy rains, increased pressure in these subterranean systems may force fish to the surface. Interestingly, other karst regions report similar events. In Thailand, fish mysteriously appear in rice paddies after intense downpours emerging from small holes in the ground. Some researchers propose a hybrid theory. Fish are driven upward by subterranean pressure during storms, then dispersed over the area by strong winds, creating the illusion they're literally raining from the sky. Yet there's a hidden pattern connecting all these seemingly isolated cases. In 2018, an international team installed high-tech monitoring equipment, including Doppler radar, seismic sensors, and high-speed cameras to observe the phenomenon. What they found revolutionized our understanding. We detected significant microtremors immediately before each fish rain. These tremors coincide with rising subterranean pressure during heavy downpours. This discovery suggests we're not dealing with a meteorological event, but a geological one. The fish aren't falling from the sky, they're being ejected from the ground. It's as if the Earth breathes during these intense storms, expelling water and fish through small fissures that are usually invisible. What happened next changed our entire perspective on this phenomenon. The team collected dozens of specimens for detailed genetic analysis. The crucial question, are these fish genetically similar to those in surface rivers and lakes, or something entirely different? Initially, we expected genomes similar to surface fish, perhaps with minor adaptations. But what we discovered was far more astonishing. Every specimen exhibited traits consistent with subterranean life: atrophied or absent eyes, reduced pigmentation, and modified sensory organs optimized for navigating in complete darkness. This suggests that as glaciers melted and sea levels rose, some fish became trapped in underground aquifers, evolving separately for millennia. We are about to reveal the most astonishing aspect of all. In 2023, a team of speleologists finally gained access to one of the largest subterranean chambers beneath Joro, uncovering an ecosystem entirely unknown to science. What we found was nothing short of revolutionary, a complex aquatic ecosystem that evolved in isolation for millennia. These fish developed unique adaptations and live in a delicate balance that's periodically disrupted by pressure changes during storms. Even more extraordinary, this underground system extends for kilometers, connecting to other aquifer networks in the region, forming a kind of ghost river that flows invisibly beneath the Honduran mountains. We're looking at one of the most remarkable examples of an isolated ecosystem on Earth. These fish evolved in a lightless environment with limited resources, developing features that let them survive under extreme conditions. With this discovery in mind, we must reconsider everything we thought we knew about isolated environments and evolution under extreme conditions. For the people of Joro, the scientific explanation doesn't diminish the magic of the phenomenon. For over a century, they've celebrated the Lluvia de Peces with an annual festival, viewing it as a divine blessing. Our legend says that in the 19th century, Father Manuel Subirana prayed 3 days and 3 nights, asking God to end the famine plaguing our people. In response, God sent this rain of fish that continues to this day. Science and tradition need not be at odds. This extraordinary event reminds us that our planet still holds many secrets, some literally beneath our feet. Joro's case teaches us a valuable lesson about biodiversity and adaptation. If a species can evolve so dramatically in just a few thousand years, imagine what might happen in similarly isolated environments elsewhere in the world. And just when we think this story is over, using the technology and insights gained in Joro, researchers have identified at least 7 other regions worldwide, with geological conditions similar to Honduras, where similar phenomena could occur, or already do, without proper documentation. Meanwhile, advanced genetic analyses of Joro's fish have uncovered unique enzymes and proteins evolved for processing nutrients in low-oxygen environments. Discoveries now being explored for potential medical applications in treating diseases linked to cellular hypoxia. If you enjoyed this incredible discovery in Honduras, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our planet's amazing curiosities. Share your thoughts in the comments. Who knows, your suggestion could inspire our next video. Until next time.